Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number M327596, case of style of state of Texas versus Patrick Daniel Gallagher. Let the record reflect that the attorney for the state and attorney for the defendant are present in the courtroom. I received a message from the jury that it has reached a verdict. Will a bailiff please bring the jury into the courtroom? Everyone may be seated. Let the record reflect that the attorney for the state, the attorney for the defendant, and all the members of the jury are present in the courtroom. Madam Foreperson, have you reached a verdict in this case?
Yes, sir.
Is this a unanimous one
Yes, sir.
that is agreed upon by all the members of the jury? Okay. Would you please hand the verdict form to the bailiff? Mr. Gallagher, would you please stand? We, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged in the information of driving while intoxicated. Okay. Mr. Gallagher, you may be seated. You and your attorney. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, at this time, we're going to ask that you go back to the jury room. Follow the bailiff. You know what? Now, in reference to, they found the guilty of DWI, this is a second, so.
Well, that's a sensitive issue. It's a state, and
Right.
we did election, listen to the court,
Mhm.
right? We're going to the court, so. We don't have any, this will be the end of their service. We'll
Okay.
reset for this.
Okay,
Well,
so he doesn't have an application for the court, he didn't file a motion for the jury to accept
he
him.
didn't, but election.
Is that correct?
That's correct. So it automatically reverses.
I know, let's make sure.
He didn't follow the election.
Oh. Look in his file. I just think we just need to make sure. Okay. That's good. Let's get them back out. We're gonna go ahead on and release them, let them know that the court will be setting the punishment. Okay. Everyone may be seated. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant has elected to have the court meet to set the punishment. And normally, what I normally do is have what is called a PSI, pre-sentence investigation report. That is a document that is formulated by the probation office. They'll provide the court with information, not only there'll be the facts of the case, witness statements, criminal histories, and what we call mitigating information that can be provided to the court, as well as aggravating information. And so once the court and the defense and the state get that document, then once we go through the document, and then the court will set punishment. We usually give them about 30 to 45 days to draft up the pre-sentence investigation report. So at this time,
I'm sorry, and before the jury is released, may we poll the jury?
yes. At this time, we're gonna poll the jury. What I mean by polling the jury is we're gonna ask each one of you individually whether or not that was your verdict. Okay? So Tommy Wynn, okay, was that your verdict?
Yes.
Crystal Jackson, was that your verdict? Miss Deanna Welpley, was that your verdict? Kirk Wagenhauser, was that your verdict? Leon Williams, was that your verdict? Seth Frankie, was that your verdict? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'd like to thank you for your services. On behalf of the citizens here in Jefferson County and the staff here in County Court at Law Number 2, we'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to come here so that we can make sure that justice is done in this case. I mentioned to those who were on the jury panel, those who did not make the jury, that anytime that you're in this area, anytime you're in the neighborhood of the Jefferson County Courthouse, please feel free to come into County Court at Law Number 2 so that you can see what goes on. I know when you came here, the jury service on Wednesday, you probably said, oh, this is County Court at Law Number 2. This is Judge Holmes' court. I'm in the right place. Well, this is not my court. This is your court because I'm only a public servant serving the citizens of Jefferson County. So anytime that you're in this area, please feel free to come and have a seat in your courtroom. That area behind the wall, we call that the peanut gallery, but it doesn't mean you can bring peanuts in here and eat because this is not the Texas Roadhouse. But you can come and have a seat and see what goes on in Jefferson County. And again, I like to give everyone a handshake, but on our conditions, I'm gonna give everyone an air handshake. Okay. And this will conclude your services. If you want to talk to the lawyers, you can. If you don't want to talk to any of the lawyers, you do not have to talk to any of the lawyers. If you need anything from our district clerk's office, the district clerk office is right across the hall. The bailiff will direct you to the district clerk's office. He has letters for you. Again, I'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to be here today. You are excused. And everyone, please have a blessed day. Make sure you turn in the tags. The bailiff will get them from you at the door.
Thank you, sir.
You mom is out today. Oh, maybe we're right. You bring that down.
Yeah, I can do it now. Oh,
Maybe. And this will conclude the docket. In County Court at Law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence Holmes presiding.